Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Sandy and John Black Pavilion on what is a great day for this facility and a great day for Ole Miss basketball. There are a number of people to thank in helping us reach this point. First of all, we appreciate Chancellor Glenn Boyce for his leadership and support. Absolutely. In addition, Chad Chatlos with our outside search firm Turnkey ZRG was a tremendous resource during this process, and there were also a large number of administrators and staff that were very helpful in this transition. I want to welcome Coach Beard's family here today. We have two of his three daughters. Avery could not make it out of New York with travel, but we have Ella and Margot here. So let's welcome them. We look forward to turning them all into rebels and getting them plugged into the community in the coming days. I think Ella and Margot took Coach's car yesterday and did some exploring already, so they're already getting used to Oxford. So welcome to Oxford, girls. We opened this beautiful arena. We opened this beautiful arena in 2016, and it was a landmark project for our athletics department. A $96.5 million commitment that showed Ole Miss is serious about basketball. I was our lead fundraiser at the time, and it was especially meaningful to me, as no one loves this program more than I do. Growing up in a little town, I dreamed of playing in a facility like this, playing in front of capacity crowds, and against the best competition. I was able to experience two of those points as a player here. They were some of the most enjoyable years of my life, and I'm proud of the success that we experienced. I want so much for every student athlete that comes to Ole Miss to have the same fulfillment, and in so many of our sports they have. Unfortunately, that joy, in large part, has often eluded our men's basketball program. So many great players, great coaches, great people, great personal friends of mine who fought and sweated for the red and blue, but just didn't enjoy consistent success. As a university, we have tried to change our program's trajectory by investing in the sport like no other school. The Toohey Center, named for one of the most famous families in Ole Miss sports history, was the first step in elevating the profile of our team. And this building, the SJB Pavilion, provides our coaches and student athletes with one of the best facilities in college basketball. Still, our commitment, our fans' commitment, the team's commitment has not translated into sustained success. As a university, Ole Miss has a rich and historic athletics legacy. And while there have been tremendous moments, men's basketball hasn't always been a big part of that tradition. But today, that changes. Absolutely. Our student athletes deserve the best coach, and today they got him. Rebel Nation deserves March Madness, and now they're getting it. The program deserves a championship, and today we introduce a leader with a track record of competing at that level. When we started this process, we knew we needed to be bold. Chris Beard coaches bold teams. Four-time Conference Coach of the Year, 2019 National Coach of the Year when he led Texas Tech to the national championship game. He's guided three different programs to the NCAA tournament, and he boasts an 11-5 record in the Big Dance, including a perfect 5-0 mark in the opening round. It's that kind of success that he and I talked about experiencing here. Belief in our program, belief that we can be a consistent NCAA tournament team, and belief that we can push toward to a Final Four. Three different national championship coaches called me unsolicited to express just what a remarkable leader that Coach Beard is. One of these legendary coaches shared that Coach Beard is the #1 coach in the country at energizing a fan base and elevating support for his program. We look forward to that type of home court advantage here at the Pavilion and know that Rebel Nation will show up for Coach Beard's brand of basketball. Regardless of where he is, Coach Beard has proven to be a program builder and winner. But he is far more than that. We were able to look him in the eyes and understand the type of person that he is. Throughout all of our research, we found a man that has made a positive impact on and off the court. We found a father of three beautiful daughters. We found a neighbor who sought opportunities to enrich his community. We found a good teammate to his fellow sport coaches at each stop that he's made. And most of all, we found a coach that cares about his student athletes, not only as players, but as human beings. In Coach Beard, we found a dynamic leader that has the vision to make Ole Miss basketball what we've always wanted it to be. He talks about competing for and winning championships, and I'm excited to lock arms with him and help him lead the Rebels into the future. That bright future begins today. Ladies and gentlemen, your new head men's basketball coach, Chris Beard. for it.
Got goosebumps up here. Can we do that one more time? Are you ready? Good time. Thank you. I can't tell you how excited, appreciative, thankful, honored, humbled, and just ready to get to work I am to be here. You know, to start our journey here in the Sandy and John Black Pavilion, I think is the perfect place. This is literally one of the best on-campus basketball facilities in all of college basketball. It'll be a big part of what we sell here in recruiting. It'll be a great place to celebrate a lot of memories. And I promise you that the success is coming sooner than later. I know that the NCAA tournament show for the thank you. Next year's 2024 NCAA tournament, the selection show is, I think, 363 days from now. So I look forward to seeing everybody back here in 363 days as we see where we're going to play in the tournament. I'd like to start with some thank yous that are very important to me. I want to thank everybody for the trust in this job. I want to specifically thank Chancellor Boyce, Keith Carter, and Alan Green. It's a special process. Spent extensive time with these three men. I appreciate their trust and research in me and my life and my career. And I spent some time researching this situation myself. I know when my agent was mentioning some of the places around college basketball that we might have a chance to, when I heard Ole Miss, it kind of the buck stopped there. This is exactly where I wanted to be. And I look forward in the next few minutes explaining to you why. But the Chancellor is a leader. He has a vision for this place. I really enjoyed spending time with him, and I can't wait to work for him and with him. He told me, Chris, you know, above all, what we do at Ole Miss is we build leaders. And I haven't been able to get that out of my mind because I think in our program, that's what we try to do a lot with our players and staff is build leaders. And so I had an immediate bond with the Chancellor. Of course, working for Keith is going to be something special. You know, there's not a lot of athletic directors out there that played college athletics at the level that Keith did, and certainly at the institution where we're both blessed to work at. He's an all-conference player in one of the best leagues in the world, the SEC, so it's just special being a basketball coach, having an athletic director that's played the game at such a high level and found great success in administration. And I feel the same way about Alan, very familiar with what he's done in college athletics, where he is today and where he's going soon in the future. But these three men really tied it into me, and I can't thank them enough. Also want to be really clear of my respect and thanks for the previous coach here, Coach Kermit Davis. Kermit did a great job. Kermit's a friend of mine. He's a mentor of mine. He's been great to me my whole career. We share a friendship. When I called Kermit about this job, it was nothing but class and integrity, and he assured me, which you already know, that he knows. He loves the state of Mississippi. He loves Ole Miss. We walk into a very strong foundation here with great talent, staff, a culture. But I just want to publicly thank Kermit and tell Coach again, you know, how I care about him, and thank you for everything he's done for not only Ole Miss, but his home state of Mississippi. So thank you, Coach. Also like to thank my friend Andy Kennedy, who did a great job here before Coach. I've talked to AK a little bit. One of the all-time great competitors, just human beings, a guy that falls in love with the community where he's at. I certainly can't wait to do the same thing that AK and Coach did in a lot of ways, and then take the program to the next level as well. But I want to thank all the coaches and players and everybody that played before us, because it's really the foundation of the program. Really, I just want to thank the community of Oxford and Ole Miss and the state of Mississippi, the outpouring of success in the last couple of days and weeks when my name was associated to this job till yesterday, getting hired, and today. I just have so many countless calls and emails. It's humbling what they've said to me and my family, and I can't wait to get down here and make everyone proud. Not only by winning basketball games and championships, but also by graduating players and being a big, big part, not only in this community, but in this state. It's just a thank you for everybody that's reached out to this point. Also, the current players and staff. I see some of the current players are here and some of the staff. That means the world to me. Simply stated, one of the reasons I took this job and excited is because of the talent on the roster and the coaching staff, and I look forward to working with many of these guys. I really appreciate you guys being here tonight. It means the world to me. I'll get emotional talking about it. I appreciate you guys. I can't wait to coach some of you guys. Also like to thank what I describe as kind of the college basketball family. Heard from so many coaches, players, fellow coaches, competitors, people in the media. There's been a lot of people that have been very supportive, not only the last couple of days, but the last couple of months, and certainly in my career. But there's a lot of momentum in our program, and here coming to Ole Miss here. But I want to thank everybody that reached out. I even want to thank, I never knew this would happen, but God puts you in unique spots. But I've actually had a lot of referees reach out to me the last few months. So some of these refs said, hey, Chris, do anything to help you. I said, well, I'll keep that in mind. So when we're playing games here in a few months, if we need a good call down the stretch, I'll try to remember those guys that said they would help us. So, but the college basketball world's a special place. My coaching mentors, especially starting with Coach Knight, who had an experience to work for, and all the people I've worked for and with. I want to thank everybody that's really been supportive of this job. A move to Ole Miss. Also want to thank my basketball family. That'd be certainly all the players that I've been blessed. I see some former players. Roger Woods from Mississippi, our best player on the Ole Miss on the Little Rock team. Yes, Josh, if you're listening out there, Roger played defense. You didn't. But just all the guys that I've been blessed to coach at all the different spots along the way, and our former players, our former staff. Certainly have worked with some great people. Certainly at the last place, CDC and Sarah, you're special to me, and there's just a lot of stories, but everybody's been so great. One, I'll tell you today, the very first man that believed in me, my first athletic director at my first head coaching job, Kevin Gundy at Fort Scott Community College in Kansas, that hired me almost 26 years ago, was here today, and it means the world to me. Coach Gundy, stand up real quick, man. I told Coach Gundy we would win quickly there, and we did. I told Keith the same thing, but just Coach Gundy, don't tell him how quickly we did it at Fort Scott. So, lastly, I want to thank my family. Certainly, I got 3 daughters. I got a mom and dad that are in Dallas, Texas right now watching it, but I want to thank Margot and Ella. Get emotional again. And Avery. And the last people in my personal family I want to talk to was Brett, Kevin, and Diego. You guys are family. I can't tell you how excited I am to get here. Only place I'd rather be right now is back on the cell phone recruiting, because the number one focus right now is recruiting some of our current players back, and then certainly putting a team on this court here in a few months that you're going to be proud of. We tell the players all the time to really live where your feet are. Try to enjoy each moment. It's not just the destination, but it's the journey. So I really am in the moment right now. Can't tell you how much it means to me that you'd spend your time to come here today. I'll never forget it. So I want to take you behind the curtain. I want to speak from my heart tonight and tell you really, what I think about Ole Miss and the vision here. The first thing is, why Ole Miss? Why did I come to Ole Miss, and why will great players here come to Ole Miss? I think it's easy. The first thing is the people. I've already mentioned the chancellor and Keith and Alan, but it's the people here. Mississippi's a state that I've recruited my whole career, relationships with people from this state. You know this. You're special people. There's special people here at Ole Miss, but to win championships, you got to have great players and staff and home court advantage, but you have to have a core of great people involved in the program, and I'm convinced we have that at Ole Miss. Certainly another thing about, why Ole Miss, I've never thought that I'm the inventor of things. I think we're really good at what we do, and we understand college basketball is a player-based game, and recruiting is everything. You got to have great players. But I do think that you look at jobs and you say, has it been done there before? And Ole Miss has great tradition. We've already talked about Coach Davis at AK, but let me mention, obviously what Coach Kiffin's doing right now in Ole Miss football on that trajectory. It's undeniable. What Coach Bianco has built here, the national championship, and continues baseball. And certainly I had a chance to exchange some text messages with Coach Yo in the last 24 hours or so. I want to congratulate Coach on building the program the right way, and we're going to be really cheering for her and the team this weekend in the NCAA tournament. Good luck, Coach Yo. Lastly, with why Ole Miss, you're talking about one of the great college towns in the history of college. It's a special place. I came here years ago as the opponent, and we played in a postseason game here in the NIT and stayed on the square and just understand what Oxford is. Obviously, it's a great academic institution to recruit the best players that we need, to recruit guys that want to develop in college and play in the NBA one day. The academic component is very important, and so it's great to be at Ole Miss. And then lastly, just the Southeastern Conference, the best conference in college athletics, undeniable. So we can sell for a lot of things with the SEC, the university, the people. So why Ole Miss is a pretty easy question to answer. Who are we? What's the plan? How are we going to get it done? I think more than anything, we're a program. We're not defined by one coach. It's not about me. It's not about one player. It's the program. We really are a family. There's a togetherness about us. We have a culture, one of the most kind of overused words in athletics right now, but we mean it. We have a culture that's based on core values, unselfishness and work and love of the game and respect. So we're a lot of things. We have some non-negotiables. We're gonna be good people. We're gonna go to class, and we're gonna play defense. Remember I said that. We're gonna play defense. I think nothing great happens unless you have a vision, and you have to have the courage to have the vision. I tell players all the time, what do you want? Don't tell me you want to be an NBA player if your actions don't match that. Don't tell me you want to be an NBA player if you're not willing to say that in a press conference later today. I think elite people know exactly what they want, and they're not afraid to say that. It's not an arrogance, it's a belief in what you're capable of doing. So it's really easy why we're here. We're here to win championships, make Final Fours, and play on Monday night. And I don't apologize for that. That's why we're here, to win championships. To win championships, you have to have NBA players. To have NBA players, you have to have great situation. You have to be able to prove that you can graduate players. The academic component is everything. Guys have to have a good time when they're in college and live in a safe place where they know they can grow. So everything goes into winning. So when I say win, I'm talking about off the court with graduation, and our players literally having a foundation where they can achieve anything in life, and then certainly on the court is championships. Easy to talk about, not so easy to do. So how are we going to do it? We're going to do it through relationships. We're going to do it through people, common topics we've already mentioned tonight several times. So one of the relationships I wanted to mention tonight that's really important is our relationship that we have with the student body. We've been able to create some of the best home court advantages in the history of college basketball in recent years because we connect with our students. And I can't wait when spring break is over to be on campus next week and to start connecting with the students here. Not only the student athletes in other sports, but all the students here at Ole Miss. I look forward to bringing our fireside chats to Oxford. I look forward to really connecting with the students here and building a base that will be a great home court advantage. Once we get the relationships that we need, then we just go to work. And we have a process that we believe in. We don't ever really talk about winning the next game, but we talk about winning the next day. And that process will be executed every day with excitement, enthusiasm, and discipline. We'll take care of our bodies. We'll go to class. We'll work hard. We'll enjoy college while we're here. And we'll embrace the game at the highest level. So that's how we're going to do it. The first steps is to enjoy this time with you guys tonight. continue to meet people, but then get right back to work. The recruiting is nonstop right now. The most important thing is the current players working hard on getting a relationship with these guys, seeing if it's in their best interest and our best interest for them to stay at Ole Miss. And I'm very hopeful that these guys do, because I have a lot of trust in their ability as players. We're obviously working really hard on developing relationships too, and I ask for some patience on that. I can't wait to get to meet everybody. But obviously with recruiting and staff right now, as soon as I possibly can, I can't wait to get out in the community with our staffs and our families and start meeting all of you. So we can't wait for it. In conclusion, I really encourage you to get those season tickets quick. I have a lot of belief in not only myself, but the men that I surround myself with staff, and ultimately the most important thing, the players. But we're going to win here, and we're going to win sooner than later, and it might happen a lot quicker than most people think. So I encourage you to get those season tickets early. I promise you there'll be a day in the near future where it'll be really hard to get into the pavilion. So because you came tonight, I wanted to encourage you to think that way. Is the ticket office open tonight? Yeah. Should we give out Alan's cell phone? Okay. Where you at, huh? Okay. So, and then in conclusion, I wanted to share something with you that came up this morning that I think kind of made me pause for a second, and I'm moving pretty fast right now, but I think it's probably the most important thing I could tell you tonight. People always talk about, it's 363 days to the tournament, next year's tournament, and our tournament starts on Wednesday, and everybody talks about trying to make the NCAA tournament. Let me be really clear here. I didn't come to Ole Miss to make the NCAA tournament. So we came to Ole Miss to win the NCAA tournament. So we got a lot of work to get there, and I understand that, but I've always thought anything great starts with a vision, so I wanted to share that with you tonight. And the thing I'm probably most excited about saying for the first time publicly is hotty toddy. Thank you.